Hi Lola, how are you today?
Good.
Good? Has there been anything that's been going on the past week that you'd like to talk about?
Well, you know my dad
Mm.
and my mom.
Mm.
They just don't care. Yeah.
Do you feel like your mom and your dad don't care? Was there anything specific that happened that made you think that?
Well, my dad, I just can't talk to him when it comes to mental health, and he doesn't understand my depression, and it's just frustrating, and my mom just acts like she just doesn't even care.
Yeah. So you're feeling like your parents don't care about how you feel. And that must be really hard. Is there anything that helps you when you're feeling that way?
Yeah, but you told me I'm not supposed to do it.
What is it?
Cutting myself.
I appreciate you telling me that you feel like you want to cut yourself, and I think that, we would like for you to maybe think about some other things that you can do in place of hurting yourself. But more than anything, I want you to not want to hurt yourself.
I know.
So when you're feeling like your parents aren't listening to you and nobody is listening or validating your feelings, you want to hurt yourself?
Yeah, because I'm angry and mad, and it helps.
Yeah. And about how often would you say that you have those feelings of wanting to hurt yourself?
I don't know, maybe a couple times a week or so.
Okay. So maybe like 1 or 2 times, 3 or 4 times?
2 to 3 times.
2 to 3 times? Okay. So 2 to 3 times a week something happens that makes you want to hurt yourself?
Yeah, my dad. It's just my dad.
Your dad. Okay. What are some of the things that help you to not hurt yourself?
Well, talking to my stepmom helps.
Yeah.
And I don't know, sometimes I go in my room and just listen to music, and I don't know. Is that your cat?
It is.
It's cute. I like looking at animals.
Oh, that's really nice.
Yeah, I can't have a pet because my dad.
Oh, I see. But looking at pictures of animals is something that makes you happy? Good. I like that. I think that's a really great coping skill. I know I've talked to you about coping skills when we created our crisis plan together. Do you remember what some of your coping skills are?
You've mentioned like deep breathing, but like, talking to my stepmom and listening to music and looking at animal pictures.
Yeah, those are really great coping skills. That's really good. So when you have something that happens that makes you want to cut yourself, what are some of the things that you notice that you're feeling in your body before you feel like you want to hurt yourself?
I feel hot.
Okay.
Probably because I'm yelling at my dad. And my hands get a little sweaty.
Okay, yeah. You're noticing those physical reactions that are happening to your body when you're getting upset. You're feeling hot, you're feeling sweaty, maybe you're feeling your heart start to race a little bit. Yeah. So those are all good warning signs for you to be mindful of, right? And it sounds like you already know. So you can feel that happening and then notice that happening and think, what can you do in that moment to help you down. And those are your coping skills. Those are the coping skills that we talk about. That's what you can do. So, so you mentioned talking to your stepmom and looking at pictures of animals and listening to music. Those are all really great skills. I'm glad that you're able to identify those skills. I also wanted to talk to you about an activity that I thought we could do together. So this is called like a bridging worksheet or a bridge that we're going to create.
Mm-hmm.
So with this, we are going to take some of those skills that you've mentioned or think about maybe some strengths, and we're going to think about some difficult situations that you've also talked about. And we're going to use the strengths to identify, like we're going to use those as tools. So we're going to use the strengths as tools to help to overcome those difficult situations or kind of bridge your way over the difficult situation. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Is that something that you'd like to try? Sure. Okay. So first I'm going to have you identify a difficult situation. And that can be something that makes you sad or mad or upset, or something that maybe you just don't want to deal with.
My dad doesn't listen to me.
Okay. That is a really difficult situation.
My dad doesn't seem to understand.
Mm-hmm. It can be really hard to want someone to understand and feel like they don't. So your difficult situation that you've identified is your dad not listening to you and you're feeling like your dad doesn't understand you. Okay. So we're going to keep that. This is what we're going to build our bridge over. So the next step we're going to talk about is your personal strengths, things that you're good at, things that make you happy. What are some things that you feel like are strengths?
I'm good at talking to my stepmom.
Good. That's a huge strength.
Looking at animals makes me happy.
That's really good.
Listening to music to drown out my dad.
Okay, good.
And I think I communicate okay. I mean, at least with my stepmom.
Yeah. I think you're really good at communicating. You communicate with me very well. I hear you and I validate, what you're saying to me, and I think that you do a really great job communicating in our sessions. Yeah. So, what we can do next is think about some of these strengths and how we can turn them into tools to help us through these situations. So you've already kind of talked about a little bit of them. You said that you listen to music to kind of help to not listen to your dad. What are some other ways that we can use these strengths that you've identified to help us through these difficult situations?
Like I said, talking to my stepmom helps.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, my listening to music.
Good.
And then, I guess, looking at animals.
Yeah. Good. So these are the strategies that you created using your personal strengths. So what do you think you can do when you're feeling like your dad doesn't listen? What are some of these things that you just identified?
Well, so if my stepmom's home, I generally go talk to her because she can help calm me down.
Mm-hmm.
But when she's not home, then that's when I'll, slam my door and create my music.
Mm-hmm.
Just listen to that so I don't have to deal with my dad.
Yeah.
And then generally while I'm doing that, I'm on my phone looking at pictures of cute little animals.
Yeah. That's great. Those are really great strategies that you've identified. And you created those all on your own. You took what you said that you're good at or some of your coping skills, and you made those into things that you can use when you're feeling sad or mad or upset. That's really great. What do you notice in your body when you're feeling, maybe when you're in a difficult situation? What are some of the feelings that you have?
I don't want to be there, so I don't know. I think my heart rate increases,
Mm-hmm.
and sometimes my hands get a little shaky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And how do you feel when you think about doing some of these strategies that you've identified? Like talking to your stepmom. How do you feel when you think about doing that?
It makes me happy.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I feel like she's the only one that truly gets me.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, yeah, and she's just my stepmom. I mean, like my own mom and dad don't, but
Mm-hmm.
she's just always been there. So
Yeah.
she's really easy to talk to.
Mm-hmm. She sounds like she's a really great support to you.
She really is.
Good. She's done a lot for you and helped you get through a lot of the difficult situations, just like you identified.
Mm-hmm.
That's really good. I'm glad that you have her as a support. So you can see a little bit, of the difference when you think about, the things that you can do to make you, happy or to help you through those difficult situations. You said looking at pictures is something that makes you happy. And that's really great. What are the feelings that you have when you're happy inside of your body?
I'm less tense.
Mm-hmm.
My heart's not like beating out of my chest.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I even feel like, I'm more confident and less depressed.
Yeah. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for telling me that. It's okay. So something else that I wanted to try, I know you had mentioned that deep breathing is something that we've talked about.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel about deep breathing?
Do I have to?
I don't want to make you do anything that you don't have to do. Or that you don't want to do, I mean. I don't want to make you do anything that you don't want to do.
I'll do it.
I appreciate you being willing to try. And I think that if, for whatever reason, you try and do your deep breathing and it's just not working, you're feeling absolutely no difference in how you feel, then we can definitely try something different, right? If anything is ever not working for you, just let me know and we can always try something new, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I want to try, it's called 4-7-8 breathing. This breathing is really good for if you're having a hard time going to sleep, or if you're having some thoughts that are making you feel how you described earlier, like your heart racing, your hands getting sweaty. This is something that you can do in those moments to help you to come back down a little bit. You want to try it? Okay. So we're going to breathe in through our nose for 4 seconds. Then we're going to hold that for 7 seconds. Then we're going to exhale through our mouths for 8 seconds. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll talk you through it. So we're going to inhale first for 4. Go ahead and inhale. And hold. Now exhale through your mouth. Keep going, keep going. And stop. Good job. How do you feel?
A bit more relaxed.
More relaxed? Good. Where do you feel more relaxed? In your shoulders. That's amazing. Good. I'm glad that you were able to identify that. We hold a lot of tension sometimes. We don't notice how tense we are in our shoulders, and then take a deep breath and feel our shoulders dropping a little bit. Good. Well, is there anything else that you would like to talk about today, or anything that you can think of?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I want you to practice your deep breathing if you feel like you want to. And then next week you can come and let me know if you feel like it worked or if it didn't. And if it didn't, then we can talk about something else, okay?
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.